cool Muhammad Ali painting in the background. I got one. Doesn't look just like that.
This is the one from the Muhammad Ali Center.
Really? Cool.
Yep.
All right. Should I do the intro now? Might as well. All right. Welcome back. God, come on.
You remember how you said you hated Colin at week 1?
Yeah.
Week 0.
Okay. Yeah, I saw the Google Drive. Okay, here we go. Welcome back to another edition of the Mental Dimes Podcast. I'm your host, Chuck, along with my co-host, the coach, and Phil. This week, it is finally time to talk college football. It is week 0, not officially a week because just no one good is playing, but it's still college football. The guys and me give our picks for some games this week. We talk about our Cinderella stories for the upcoming season. It's going to be a jam-packed, awesome episode, so stick around and take a listen. Okay, gentlemen, it is time. We have made it through the summer months. We talked baseball. We talked the NBA briefly. Even talked a little bit of hockey. But it's time. College football, we're here. It's week 0. So like I said, it's not really college football just yet, technically, because none of our teams are playing. But still, college football is college football. And we are here. We all have our gear on. Coach with this really awful Syracuse orange hat. Maynard, Phil's got his Auburn shirt on. I got my West Virginia jersey and gear on. We all went out. We knew what the protocol was. Gentlemen, how are we feeling? It's time. How do we feel? Not great, I guess.
It's. I thought Coach was going to go. I usually go last. But it's that time of year we all think we got a chance to win it right now, boys. Everybody's got a chance. Chuck, you got to believe.
I don't think our 3 teams, I think all 3 of us are real. We don't think.
No, I disagree. Until we play and Bo can't complete the pass, I think we got a chance.
I still think the Cuse, I mean, we always have Clemson's number. Clemson's down this year. I mean, this is the year for the Cuse. So I don't know what you mean by that, Chuck, but I'm just saying watch out for Dino Babers. Orange is the new fast.
I'm not hating on West Virginia or Syracuse or Auburn. I think Auburn's got a great Milo Sweet Tea spokesman on their squad. Hicks, I mean, you can't lose much if you got that guy on your team, talking for Milo Sweet Tea. And then Dino Babers, yeah, coach, make great points. Syracuse has always played some great games these last couple of years against Clemson. Can't deny that.
Who's Dino? Who's
head
Dino
coach
guy?
of Syracuse football. That's okay. But, I get it. I think West Virginia is going to be all right. I think 6, 7, maybe. I think 8 wins would be an outstanding season, but they're not one of my Cinderella teams. I don't expect too much from West Virginia, but that's just me. I got to be a little bit more level-headed heading into the year, but I'm excited. I am excited. So, gentlemen, how should we start? Do we just want to go into our overview of how this year's going to go? What do we want to do here?
You've already brought it up. Who's your Cinderella? You're already
all right. Let's start it off then.
Who is it?
I like that. We'll start it off then. Our Cinderella picks. We already kind of briefly talked about our college football playoff picks. I was berated for my choices. I don't know why. Pretty good choices. I thought they were pretty great. But let's get going here. Cinderella picks. We all love our Cinderellas. We all love our dark horses. Cinderella, great movie, great Disney princess, probably one of the top ones. Coach watches her movie all the time, the live action and the cartoon. But let's get going. Coach, who is your Cinderella pick?
There's a real Cinderella movie now?
Yeah, it came out a few years ago. It actually did, yeah.
I did not know that.
You're trying to play it off, but we know you know that. Yeah,
I really didn't know that.
Seen it. It was in your classroom. We've seen it. So, Coach, who's your Cinderella pick for 2021?
I've got 2 for you, Chuck. My first one, I'm coming out the gate strong. The Illinois Fighting Illini. But let me tell you why. Number 1, Brett Bielema, year 1. He never stood a chance at Arkansas. It's a lose-lose job. You're not going to win there in the SEC West. He's not a bad coach. He's going to bring some spark. Illinois has always just been that team that's 500. They may get bowl eligible sometimes. They may not, but nobody ever expects anything from them. But this year in the Big Ten, no Ohio State, no Michigan. If they can get past Nebraska, and you're looking at me funny, Chuck, those games are not on the schedule. They don't play them this year.
Okay.
I'm
sorry, I'm not an Illinois fanatic, apparently. I thought you were making some kind of comment about
his orange on his Illinois orange.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why you picked them, because they really match the colors. I get it now.
That is true. They do match the same colors as my Cuse, but with no Michigan, no Ohio State, obviously, I'm not saying they're going to cakewalk past Nebraska. I mean, they're a 7-point underdog right now, but if they can get past Nebraska, they got 2 cupcakes after that. Their toughest game is Wisconsin, but it's a home game. You roll off 6 in a row, Wisconsin at home, you got a chance. Then coming off Wisconsin, you get a bye week before you go to Penn State, which is arguably their 2 toughest games on their schedule. Get past those 2 games somehow, sneak in. I mean, am I saying they're going to make the college football playoffs? No, I'm not going to make that bold of a statement. But Cinderella story, their name is written all over it. I think they got a chance, and I think Brett Bielema is fixing to be the rising superstar coach fanatic out in the Big Ten.
Well, Phil, I don't know what your thoughts are. Actually, that's not the worst choice, actually. I think it's a good choice. I think they're in that division with Wisconsin, and Wisconsin has locked down that division in the Big Ten for years and years and years, and then always underplay in the Big Ten championship game and roll over. So I think you're right, Coach. You highlighted the perfect games, Penn State and Wisconsin. That Wisconsin game's a home one. I think those are 2 games, like you said, I think the great word to use in those 2 games is if you can survive them. If you can handle business in your lower class games, you survive, maybe pull off a win against Wisconsin, maybe go into Happy Valley and shock a lot of people and beat Penn State. You could come out of there. If you come out of there 1-1, I think if you're Illinois, you split that series, I think you feel pretty confident.
And the thing I like most about it is, playing at Penn State. Now, I know we'll talk more about our playoff predictions later. Penn State is in my college football playoff prediction, just so I'm covering that. But I want to bring up the fact that Penn State being a home game is not the same thing as being an Ohio State home game. And it's like you said, you can go to Penn State and win. You're going to have to play good, but it's not a game you're sitting there saying they have 0 chance. Like if they were going to Ohio State, they have no chance. But you go to Penn State, there is a chance. There is a chance. And if you are undefeated going at Penn State, get the Fighting Illini coming in. Illinois, baby. The Fighting Bielema's coming at you.
Coach.
Well, that's definitely a bold pick. I will say I like your boldness.
Let's go. Let's go.
It just got bolder. You didn't even mention a game at Purdue on September 25th, my dad's birthday, by the way, and a game at Minnesota on November 6th. Those are 2. And then, oh my Lord, Coach, on November 20th, they go and they play the Iowa Hawkeyes in Iowa City. Coach, you failed to mention 3 pretty crucial road games for the Fighting Illini here.
Do they still play football at Iowa?
Oh my Lord, you know they do.
Move on.
I didn't even know they played football there.
Who's
that Purdue team you're talking about?
I'm sorry that I'm actually,
Purdue?
Yeah, he's now he doesn't even know. Okay, Coach, who's your second one?
Go ahead.
Yeah, who's your second one?
My second one is briefly going to be the Louisiana Raging Cajuns.
Oh my God.
I'm going bold. Obviously, they're ranked right now in the top 25, so I know
it's not that
bold. Super
bold.
Shocker. It is bold. What happens if they beat Texas week 1? What happens?
They're 1-0.
I hope they do. No,
they're 1-0.
I hope they do. That would be the great. Sarkisian gets fired. That's what happens. Steve Sarkisian. I mean,
you act like that's crazy. They only lost 1 game last year.
It's not.
They only lost 1 game.
Yeah, they're a good team.
Yeah,
it's a good choice. Another good choice.
Again, fellas.
You made 2 really good, bold choices. I have to give credit.
Chuck, I want you to go second because I know all y'all's picks and nobody knows mine, so I want to go last today.
All right, man. I'm going with the craziest one in here. Buckle up. They both know.
I already know it.
They already know. It's Cincinnati. I'm going with the Bearcats. It's
Shocker.
bold. It's bold. It's a Cinderella pick. They're a non-power 5, so they don't have a guided golden path to the playoff. And they got Desmond Ridder, arguably one of the top 5 quarterbacks coming back from last year, had a solid season last year. So Cincinnati Bearcats, you got Luke Fickell. I wanted Luke Fickell to be the new head coach of West Virginia 3 years ago. We got a great guy, Neil Brown. I like Neil Brown. I'm trusting the climb. But I think Cincinnati, that is a very, very good football team. The team that's been on the climb, they are ranked very high. So it's not that crazy of a pick. But, I like them. And I can't say North Carolina is a Cinderella pick because I already got them in my college football playoff. So, oops.
Yep. But very good. Very good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right.
Not as good as Illinois, but I mean, it's okay.
Illinois.
Since you guys don't know mine.
Illinois.
Since you don't know mine, you ready for it? All right. This is the Power 5 team. Go ahead and take Power 5 team.
Auburn.
Somebody neither one. Huh? No, but they are in the SEC. I'm going with somebody else.
Vanderbilt.
No.
All right, I'll let you go.
This guy is very well known. The coach is very well known. Everybody loves him.
Texas
Gotta love to
A&M.
hate him. No, this team's gonna beat A&M at home. Ole Miss and the Lane Train, baby.
Oh, God.
Oh,
This is horrible. No.
Choo choo.
They have They have the top returning quarterback in the SEC.
That's
I
not
mean,
saying much.
It is. When they were a top 3 offense in the country last year, and they're coming back.
Okay.
I mean, their defense may be terrible, but I got Ole Miss as my surprise team. They're going to lose 2 games at Alabama and at Auburn. They're going to be LSU at home. They're going to be A&M at home. Yes, that's right. The Lane Train got some of his recruits in. He's going to pull it off. And, his offensive coordinator, he doesn't get enough credit because, we know that the Lane Train isn't calling all the plays. But, that's my surprise team, and I'm sticking with it. I'm going to be faithful to them. And
Isn't Lane Kiffin like a heroin addict or something? I'm just kidding.
not anymore. That was right before he coached them.
Are we sure? Is Ole Miss? Can they even get past Louisville week 1?
No, hell no,
yeah.
they can't. Louisville's supposed to be pretty good. I
No,
spent a whole summer with ESPN Louisville, and honestly, as the summer went along, the optimism grew, and
Yeah,
they like
just-
Malik Cunningham.
They're just trying to keep their coaches away from motorcycles there at Louisville.
Okay, that's under the bridge there. All right, that's under the bridge. Bobby
Literally,
Petrino
it's
and-
under the bridge.
Yeah,
Literally.
literally under the bridge. No, they like. Here's a guy. Okay, I mentioned him, but Malik Cunningham.
Never heard of him.
Write that name. Write the name down. Malik Cunningham. Malik. This is for all our listeners. Malik Cunningham, quarterback.
Ole
Louisville.
Miss's quarterback is going to be in the Heisman hunt this year.
Corral.
Yes, one of the best. Yes,
He is good. I get it.
Mark it down.
I mess
Mark
with
it
you. I think it's Corral, and I like Corral. I like Malik Cunningham. I think Malik Cunningham's good too at U of L. I like those 2 choices. I think next week we give our Heisman Trophy winners. I think that's a good prediction to do. We give our Heisman Trophy winners, or we wait until after the first week of games, then we give them, because there's a great chance like half of them.
I gotta wait to see if I'm going to put Bo on there or not.
He'll win it in endorsement deals. He'll win the Heisman with his Milo Sweet Tea.
This second question, I'm not real fond of it because it's the Pac-12.
Oh, yeah. What is the second question here? I'm sorry, folks. Will the Pac-12 be able to show they can be a competitive conference in football again? Coach, you wrote the question.
Can I clarify the question? Is it competitive like with each other or competitive with the whole country?
I think it's with the whole country. Is that what it is,
Yes.
Coach? Whole country. Whole country.
Hard no.
Hard no. Where's my no button? Let me hit that a couple times. Coach, why did you write this question? Obviously, you have some thoughts, so let's hear them.
I remember the play. Vince Young, Matt Leinart, national championship, greatest national championship, arguably one of the greatest national championships I've ever seen played. Fortunately, even though I was young, I still remember that game very clearly. Vince Young marching into the end zone. USC used to be the real deal Evander Holyfield of college football. And ever since the scandal, ever since Sarkisian got caught drinking at practice, they just fell off the train. I mean, they just fell off. And then once Mariota graduated at Oregon, the Ducks fallen off. And ever since those 2 teams have fallen off, I could not tell you the last time a Pac-12 team was even worthy of scheduling around. I mean, I could care less about watching. I couldn't even. I had to look up who was even good last year. I saw USC they ended the season ranked maybe 19th, I believe. And so that's just my question. Are they ever going to get back to that playing field of national contenders?
Going back to our discussion about quarterbacks, USC does have Keaton Slovis. Is that his name? Slovis? I'll look that up. Phil, you wanted to say something. Go ahead. I'll look this up.
I think Oregon may have a chance to be competitive one day because, now that we can pay our college players, they'll just be paying them in Nike money, right? I mean, that's fair. Pay them in Nike money. all your players.
It was
Which I
Keaton
will-
Slovis. I got it right.
Chuck's our NIL guy.
Oh yeah, I am. What do you guys want to know?
Can Oregon pay their players in Nike money?
No. No, because it goes into that whole thing. Well, I don't know. Well, the university can't pay them. The university
Well,
cannot pay them.
You know what I mean.
I know. But you got to clarify it a little bit there. But it was Keaton Slovis. I was right. Keaton Slovis, quarterback USC. USC might actually be pretty good, coach. They might be pretty good.
They're going to lose 2 ball games like they do every year.
Let me look up their schedule now. Lord have mercy. My goodness. But no,
I think the
it's a joke.
answer to this question is they're not going to be competitive this year.
No, they will not
I don't
be.
think anybody's going to be in that playoff talk. I don't see it happening.
Look who USC opens the season against San Jose State. It's at the Coliseum, but San Jose State is no
Big one.
pushover. So, and then they have Stanford, Washington State. You have your usual roundtable. Play Notre Dame. That's a classic matchup. At California. Oh, they play BYU this year at the end of the season. That's a good one. It's a good game. USC might be some games to watch at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, if you can stay up that late.
Yeah, if you feel like it, feel like wasting your evening. But no, I think we're all three in consensus. I think it is a hard no, and I think there's a reason for it. We all three root. You two are more down there now in Alabama than I am when it comes to college football. So of course, Coach, you with your Syracuse Orangemen, but Phil with your Auburn Tigers, you guys beat up Oregon not too long ago, just a couple of years ago. And so I think with
Bo beat them on last second play 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was actually a really good game, season opener. And I think when you look at just past, you could say we have a great team in Washington. You can say we have a great team in USC. But you just look at the past years when those teams have made it, those Pac-12 teams have made it to the playoff, and they get smoked. And I think even if they are good in the standard of Pac-12 football, it doesn't even compare to the standard of football in the Big Ten, the ACC, even the the Big 12. It doesn't compare. And the Big 12 is kind of seen as little brother to the Big Ten, ACC, and SEC on the East Coast. And so when you look at it that way, I think Pac-12 doesn't stand a chance.
I agree.
I like those thoughts. Well, gentlemen, we need to get to some games then. Like we said, it is week 0. It is not technically week 1 for us because none of our teams play this week. Next week, we have some great games. All of our boys will be on the field. But this week, we got some games going on. Coach, let's hear it there. You're Illini taking on Nebraska. Who's your choice there? Kind of a little dilemma here.
I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. Nebraska's a 7-point favorite. Illini all the way. They might win by 2 touchdowns.
Oh my goodness!
All I know is Frost is about to burn Nebraska's football program to the ground. The game is at Illinois. I mean, Bielema is going to be passing out free hot dogs to the first 400 students that come in. Everybody's going to be there. They're going to be loud. It's going to be an orange out and champagne. I think Kofi Coburn's going to be flipping the coin. I mean, I'm just saying, get the bus ready because this is going to be over at halftime. Illinois.
Phil.
I got Nebraska. I think this is Frost's last chance. It's his last chance. He better win this year or he's going to be job hunting, and he may be one of the next coordinators at the University of Alabama. So he better win some ball games this year.
Yeah, I think Nebraska is my choice there, Coach. Sorry, we got to go against you. But I think, like Phil said, it is Scott Frost. I think this is make or break for Scott Frost. I don't think he'll make it, but I think it's all eggs in one basket, just like Kirby Smart down there in Athens. So I think I got to go with Nebraska here. Moving on, game number 2, UConn at Fresno State. A lot of notes on this one game here, Coach. You didn't care to add much to the other 4. But UConn at Fresno State. Phil, kick us off. Who's your pick?
Well, if they were playing basketball, UConn would have a chance.
Oh, by a mile.
but they're playing football, and they may get beat by a pretty good basketball score. I'm going to go Fresno State.
Coach.
All right. Listen and listen close.
Oh, my God.
Listen close.
This is dumb.
UConn has not played a game in 672 days. 672 days. For all you non-math people, that is 2 years. They are going to be fresh.
Oh, hold on. Let me write that down real quick. Hold on.
They are going to be
Like
fresh.
exactly 2 years or like
It's not exactly 2 years.
Fresh. They're going to be pumped. They're going to be excited. I am not saying UConn is going to win, but UConn is by
We're
all
asking
means.
if they're going to win or lose. Just tell us
me
who's going to
finish.
win or lose the game.
Let me finish, Chuck. The spread is 27.5. They're not going to lose
good
by
reason.
that many points. They're not.
That's not
gonna
the
lose
game
by that
here.
many
We're
points.
asking if they're going to win or not. And so
They're
it
not
said-
going to win,
Okay,
but they
there
might.
we go.
But they might. But
Please pick UConn, Zach.
I need Hunter Holland to come vouch for me right here.
He's not
In
going to.
football, if you have a running back who can control the football, who can control the game, and you can consistently pound the football on the ground, not only do you run the clock out, you don't let the other team have the ball to score really quick. UConn has a running back who's had over 1,000 yards. He knows how to run. Now, that's because he's probably the only player they've had.
Wait, 1,000 yards
understand
win 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
He could
Last
die.
time.
First game in, both of his legs could
Hey.
combust.
They're going to control the clock, control
Okay,
the tempo.
Then
They're
who
going
wins?
Hunter
Who
Holland,
wins the
wing T.
game?
Fresno State.
Okay, moving on.
Field goal.
Fresno
Game-winning
State wins.
field
Fresno
goal.
State wins. Next
Game-winning
choice.
field goal.
Next choice, because okay.
Wait,
Oh.
hang on real quick. Is somebody keeping a tally of our votes so we can have a week to week?
Yeah,
Zach,
I'll do that. I'll write
yeah,
those down right now.
Yeah, we got to have a week to week. I want to know my score that way when I win, And we should probably come up with a wager. Winner gets something. Sorry, go ahead. Next game.
Okay, the next game, Hawaii versus UCLA.
You're first this time, Chuck. It's your turn.
Okay, UCLA.
Good pick.
Very good.
Oh, wait, hold on here. Okay, get your notepads out, guys. But Hawaii plays in Hawaii. And I think with the way they wear their helmets and the way they put them on before the game, they could cut this down to like a 1-point game. UCLA coach, give me your pick.
I agree. UCLA.
Great pick.
UCLA in a landslide. Hawaii can't win on the island. They can't compete when they're not on the island. UCLA monster blowout.
I agree. UCLA, Chip Kelly finally getting that offense rolling a little bit, averaging 35 points a game last year. He'll continue it. He can score. He may not be able to stop anybody, but he can score. He can coach offense. UCLA by a landslide.
All right. In consensus there. UTEP, University of Texas El Paso, if no one knows that, at New Mexico State. Coach.
Big Daddy D Latin.
Oh,
He's gonna
there you
make the
go.
road
Nice
trip.
Texas Western reference there. Glory
He's going to come
Road.
out, be an honorary captain for this game. UTEP.
Coach
Blowout.
Goes with UTEP. Phil.
Well, I didn't know they had football at New Mexico State, so I'm going to go UTEP.
Okay. Okay. And I'm going to go with UTEP, honestly, because I've always liked the school since watching the movie when they were Texas Western. All three go with UTEP. Really, really great guys here. Really good. Southern Utah at San Jose State. Phil, who you got? Southern Utah against San Jose State.
I'm going to go San Jose State all the way, baby.
Okay.
I'm surprised that coach didn't pick him as his Cinderella team.
Yeah, me too. Coach, the Spartans, they're going to get it, or whatever the mascot is of Southern Utah.
They are, number one, they are the Eagles. And I had to do what Phil did. I had to Google them to see if they even, is this a brand new team or have they been FCS? Well, they're in the Big West Conference, so they have had a football team, but I don't know if they've won more than 2 games in program history. So it ain't gonna start Saturday. San Jose State.
Spartans. It's a 3-way across the board. Spartans. San Jose State. So here we go, guys. This is how diverse our picks are. Here we go. Me and Phil pick Nebraska. Coach goes with Illinois. And then Fresno State, UCLA, UTEP, and San Jose State. It was really good picks this week, gentlemen.
I think just for the record, UConn covers the spread. Just making that tie-breaking note.
I think starting next week we'll have some diversity. Just looking at the picks next week. I think.
Next week. Next week is for real. I mean, next week's
let's just
real.
look. We got Alabama versus Miami, Penn State, Wisconsin, Indiana, Iowa, Louisville, Texas, Georgia, Clemson, LSU, UCLA, Notre Dame, Florida State. Louisville loses to Ole Miss, and West Virginia, Maryland. I mean, pretty good schedule.
Solid games. Solid
And-
games.
But did you say Louisville loses to Ole Miss? Did I hear that right?
Yeah. I said it
Okay.
right. And,
All right.
And Chuck will be at Maryland, West Virginia covering it.
I will be. I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be there. I'll take a picture from the press box.
I would like to touch base on everybody's playoff prediction since it's week 0. I just want to remind our listeners who we had.
I can't even remember who I had.
Don't worry, I got it right here.
Don't worry. We got it. We wrote it. We saved it.
This is Chuck's 4-team playoffs. His semifinal game, number 1 Oklahoma versus number 4 North Carolina. Number 2 Clemson versus number 3 Ohio State.
See for you mentioned Big Daddy D Latin. Roy Williams comes out in that OU North Carolina game and does the coin toss. There you go.
Hey, I think that would be a cool sick.
In his Jordan.
Phil went out on a ledge here. He has a shocker.
Really stretch it out, baby.
He's got Oklahoma, Ohio State in the 1-4 matchup, Bama, Clemson in the 2-3.
Woo!
And then
man,
this one is the best one. This is, I mean, obviously I have the right picks. I have Bama versus Penn State in the 1-4, Oklahoma versus the University of Miami in the 2-3.
Penn State's going to lose to Auburn in week 3.
Derek King controlling that. It's going to be Miami-Syracuse ACC championship game.
Okay. All right. Okay. And I thought my playoff picks were bad. I forgot how bad yours were, Coach.
This is going to be fun. I can already tell.
Great. This is going to be really great. Well, that is it. Unless one of you have anything else to add on UConn, not losing by 28.
I do. War Eagle. War Eagle, baby.
War Eagle. Coach, what's the song for Syracuse? What is it like? Don't hit me with your car, please.
What?
I have nothing else to say.
What is a Q? What exactly is that?
Cuse.
Yeah, what's a
Q
Q?
Cuse is short for Syracuse. The mascot is an orangeman. And so because of the new, everybody getting offended by that term, they shortened it from orangeman to orange. So now our mascot is an actual orange, Otto. Fan favorite, by the way. Everybody loves Otto.
Otto pretty cool.
Orange. Otto the orange.
All right, gentlemen. That does it for our first college football episode, week 0. We made it before the running out of time signal. So we did it. We did good. That's not bad.
Good job, gentlemen. Good job.
Pretty good. That's pretty good. But we will be back next week. Coach, we are recording on Monday, by the way. That was a schedule change. But we are recording Monday. We will see you all next week. Week 1, West Virginia preview. It's an all West Virginia podcast. It's all we're talking about. West Virginia. So that is next week. We'll see you next time.